So today we'll share with you some of the must-do tips for packing, and we'll throw in a few extra things that might be helpful to make life a little bit easier on a cruise ship. Let's talk about it. Well, as we're finishing up packing that suitcase, one of the key things to remember is to have a TSA approved travel lock on every bag, so that your checked bags, if you have checked bags going onto the cruise line or onto an airline, are ready to go. And we also put them on our smaller carry-on bags just for a privacy and security perspective.
Well, sometimes we've had it where I've been on there and there has not been any more room for carry-on, and they've required you to take the bag and throw it in to the rest of the luggage, and I have a lock, and okay, fine, I can do that.
That makes sense. And then the other thing that we'll do along those lines with locks is make sure we have 1 or 2 extra TSA approved locks inside our carry-on bag or in my purse, so that if something happens...
When they break your lock...
Would that ever happen?
Only about almost every single time, you know.
Then you've got another lock to make sure your travel home was as safe and secure as your travel over to your vacation getaway. So having an extra travel lock or 2 is really a nice safety precaution. We think it's a must-do.
Right. And one of the things on a cruise that is a little bit different than a lot of other vacations is that the walls and ceiling in the cruise cabin, they are metal. And one of the things that we like to bring are these magnetic hooks, and you get them by the box of 10 or 12, whatever, and they stick on there, and you can hang some, maybe your toiletries on the back of the bathroom door. From the ceiling, I've hung a bathing suit, and you can use that to hang on the ceiling when you want to take out the wrinkle release and hit your shirt before you go, so you can hang the hanger from one of these hooks instead of looking for someplace, where am I going to do this? So these are so handy. They're unbelievable. We hang just about everything, and they're very strong, so they're going to carry the weight of a toiletry bag if you need to. Right.
We've hung backpacks, wet bathing suits, as you said, things that need to get dried out, things that just don't need to be on the floor or on the bed.
Right.
You can get them up and out of the way, even if you don't have enough hangers inside the closet space on a cruise ship stateroom.
Exactly.
Because it's metal, when we've had a balcony, we've also been able to use those very same clips out on the balcony.
Right.
Certainly be careful of wind and things blowing away, but in a secured area, we've been able to do a little extra hanging out there, and things dry very quickly in the warm sun, depending on the itinerary that you might be traveling. So
absolutely, those
things have been invaluable, very easy to pack, tuck away, and once we found them, we never want to leave home without them.
Exactly. So these are great. Get yourself a pair. They're very inexpensive. So, a lot of the things that you can find for going on a cruise, you can find in either on Amazon or a dollar store, things like that. We're going to be putting a bunch of links on the bottom, so if you're looking for something like that, at least it's a start.
Right, and these are products that we've tried and we would recommend that you at least check out. So it's no extra cost to you if you click those links. Feel free to take a look there and see if it helps streamline your shopping and your packing.
Absolutely.
And while I'm asking you to think about things, if this information is giving you some helpful tips, perhaps reinforcing some things that you've been thinking about for your cruise, give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, I would ask you to subscribe to the channel and turn notifications on. Subscribing to the channel helps you to get this message out to even more interested people who would benefit from seeing our video, and turning notifications on means that you'll be in the know every time we post a new episode to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything, there's no obligation, but we'd love to share more information with you, so thank you in advance for subscribing, turning on notifications, and hitting that like button.
And share it with the other people in your group. If you're going on a cruise and you're bringing a whole family, send this video off to them so that they can get some tips as well.
Very good. Now, we said that we wanted to also have an aspect of this packing and preparation video thinking ahead to day trips, excursions, time that you're outside of your stateroom for a long period of time, a day by the pool or a day off of the ship. And so we've accumulated some must-have items in that regard as well. Some of this is tilted a little bit toward those warmer island getaways, and some of the things that we're going to mention in this next segment are good for a cruise no matter where in the world you're going. And one of them is having something that packs easily, doesn't take up a lot of room, but is a really good thing for the safety of your skin and your head. And that is a really, really lightweight, just packable hat.
An easy hat. And mine has been in the sun, in the salt water, in the pool, and you name it, it's been there. So
I bring them home and throw them in the washing machine.
Throw them in the wash machine, and we're ready to go. And these are good if you are going to be going out and taking pictures, and you have your big camera, and it's not like a ball cap where you have the brim on it and you have to turn it around. These here you can use with your camera, and
very flexible.
It's very flexible, very easy to use.
And I'm not a hat person, as you know,
no,
but I have one of these as well. And when we were on the island beaches, etc., I really feel good that keeping the sun off of my face, even when I'm not under an umbrella, is just a safe thing to do. And you can see a lot nicer if you've got a little bit of a brim and some shade rather than being blinded by the sun. So we really love these. Big brimmed hats are pretty, but they're a lot harder to pack.
They are harder to pack.
These are our favorites and available on Amazon.
They are.
So that's been a good one.
And don't forget, too, is that even if you're going to Alaska or a colder climate, the sun is the sun. You can get burned in Alaska like you can get burned in Bermuda. So, you know.
Really good points. Good point. Now, we're talking about going out for the day. And one of the things, again, is you want to be as hands-free as possible. And I think there are several ways that we have found, depending on the nature of the day and the excursion, of us bringing our daytime supplies. That could be a pair of flip-flops, it could be the bathing suit, it could be a dry change of clothes after we've been in a bathing suit, hand sanitizer, water bottle, whatever we might need for the day. One way to think about it is to think about, are we going to a beach or someplace where a tote would be an easy item? And so I have this really nice Royal Caribbean tote bag. It has an inside that is very easy to wipe down. If there's a wetsuit in here, you don't have to worry about it. Easy to clean, and it's got a zipper pocket for keeping some items safe and clean. And you can use some of those packing cubes to pack this. It would fit a towel or two. So this is certainly a size lightweight and flat, easy to put inside my bag.
Your CPass cards in there so that it's easy access when you want to get back on the ship. You're not looking through all of the different pouches and bags that you have inside.
So as much as I like this is one of those, it's on your shoulder, it's kind of in your hand all day. There are some other day packs that we've used that we really like, and I think you've got one that you want to show us.
Yeah, one of the things, again, because of carrying a camera around, I want to be able to put it down. I have this, I have all my photo equipment that I bring with me in a backpack, but I'm not going to bring the backpack with me, every place I go. But I'm going to need some kind of a bag that I can put the camera and lens of the day right in here, and then just take that and put that over my shoulder, a little cross bag, and that keeps it clean, and it keeps your camera out of the way, and it's ready to go when you are. And
I like that little zipper pouch in the front. Actually, there's two on this bag, a larger one and a little smaller one, because one of the things we have experienced is it really helps to bring some extra SD cards with you for the day.
It does.
And you need them zipped in a safe spot.
You do. I put my CPass card here, and then this way here, when I'm ordering a drink, I can just very easy to pull that. Now that you know where it is, I'm gonna have to change it, because now everybody's gonna be looking for my CPass card.
They all want your drink package.
That's right. So. But I keep things easy to get to, keep some SD cards in there, throw an extra battery, and everything is ready to go.
And I like that this is really lightweight nylon. You don't feel like you're carrying around your big camera bag.
No, and you can change the inside to whatever you need it to be. So if you have a longer lens or shorter lens, it's ready to go.
That looks like a keeper. How about the backpack that you have? That's another one that helps keep you a little bit hands-free. It's a nice shape. And
I got it. Okay.
So here's another backpack option we've used.
Right. And the thing about this bag is that Sorry
Start
about
again.
that. And the thing about this bag that is kind of nice is that it's not the full backpack that you have to have on there for, you know, going off the ship for the day. And you can put a bunch of stuff in there, and it just, you know, it goes over the one shoulder, which is usually what people like to do with their backpacks anyways. And you can swing it around and you can get stuff out of it, into it, and you don't have, it's a lot easier for the day going, you know, into the city or onto the beach even. So a bag like this has been very helpful to us.
Right, and if you need to be hands-free, whether you're walking down the gangway at the end of the ship or crossing over something and need your hands to be holding on,
right.
Again, hands-free. It's got room for the water bottle. It's got several zipper areas for
right.
big and small items. You fit small tripods in there because of the length.
Right.
So we've had a very good utility out of this kind of bag. Right. In this case, for us, thanks to Disney Cruise Line, but you can get them with or without the logo.
That's right. So when you're on Royal Caribbean, everybody will know that's not their bag. So.
That's right. That's one way to keep it. Now, the other choice that we have that we really like for a day bag is this bag from Hike Pro. Look at how compact this is. It all folds up into itself with a little handle, easy to drop into the original suitcase, and then when you're ready to go out for the day, this thing just pops right out. It's very lightweight, again, nylon, etc. It has a nice flat bottom. It has lots of room. It has zipper pockets. It has room for a water bottle and other things. I think I have it inside out.
No, you had it right.
The daytime use.
You had it right. You just have to turn this.
I have to turn that inside out.
Right. And this turns into
another little
pocket
that
right.
zippers.
There you go.
And then in the back you have the straps that are a daytime backpack. So once you have this set up, and again it all just came out of that one little pocket, we have fit everything we ever needed for a day right in this bag.
Right.
And these are inexpensive, durable. They come in a lot of different colors, so they're great for the kids can each have their own color, or his and hers, whoever it is.
Right.
They don't all have to be black, or they don't all have to be orange like this. These also make a really great holiday gift for someone that you're going to be traveling with, or that you know is going on a cruise or another trip sometime in the coming year. Birthday present, holiday present, whatever. We've seen a lot of faces light up when we've shared this, and so it's one of my favorite things to think about as a gift, and it's our other go-to backpack.
Right.
Absolutely. Love Hike Pro.
Easy to pack.
Absolutely.
Now, one of the things that I like to do when I'm, especially if I'm going to a beach or something, I leave my Maui Jim sunglasses in the cabin. I don't take these on shore or by the pool or something like that. I keep a cheap pair of glasses that I can just throw over, and if something happens to these, I don't care. I can, you know, they're inexpensive. They do the trick, and I'm not worried about my expensive sunglasses. So you might want to think about getting yourself a pair of cheap sunglasses to throw in your bag, and when you're out on an excursion and you're going on rides or you're at the beach, this isn't going to break.
Right, and I think the other thing that we'd want to show you that we have in all different colors are these kind of floatable, I don't know what you would call them, but kind of just protectors for your glasses that you can put them around your neck. You can see them easily, and they're not going to have your glasses slip and fall off when you're looking over the edge of the ship, or if you're doing something active. This is going to help those stay around your neck, and you're not going to lose those glasses, whether they're the cheap ones or your good ones.
Exactly.
These are really nice to have. So whenever we go to a beach or a cruise vacation, we make sure we've got these little
those little safety bands. Right.
And again, they come in all kinds of colors, so you can keep track of whose is whose. We love them.
Yep.
Absolutely a favorite. Now, I hate to even bring this up because this is not supposed to happen when we go on a cruise, but every once in a while, you might run into a little spout of rain or bad weather. Or if you're going someplace that's kind of a little bit stormier or breezier like Alaska, you probably need this. And that is, do you want to have some kind of a very easy to pack rain slicker, raincoat, windbreaker? And one of the ones that we have is from Izod. And again, this is in its own little Velcroed pouch. And I won't pull it all apart right now, but you can get this in whichever size you wear and just have a raincoat that pops right out, has a rain hood, and if you don't need it, count yourself lucky. Happy to bring it, and it's a great insurance policy to keep the bad weather away.
It is.
But if you do need it, it's not a bulky coat that you don't have room to pack, and you're not going down to the gift shop paying, way high prices looking for a poncho or a raincoat.
And the nice thing about these, like the Hike Pro, is that this bag that it comes in, it's not a separate item. So you're not saying, where am I going to put this here? It turns into a pocket when you unfold it and you put on the jacket.
Right, so I'll put the link for this as well. But one of my favorite things is knowing that I've got that windbreaker or rain jacket with me everywhere we go.
Yep.
That's a good one. Now, in today's environment, getting to where we're going, either getting through an airport, getting through the cruise terminal, and in some cases, depending on your cruise line and the protocols that are in place, in certain locations on your ship, it may be important for you to have masks as well. And so we've been traveling both with the disposable throwaway mask that everybody knows, but we also invested in some of these Enerplex masks that are reusable. They are a soft fabric, kind of comfortable,
washable.
And washable and breathable. And to be on a longer plane ride, or to be in an environment where maybe you're watching a show or doing something and you need to keep your mask on for whatever the protocol might be, or you have someone younger in your family who can't be vaccinated and needs to wear a mask, it's really nice to think in advance of what kind of masks do you have, and maybe not be reliant on just one for the whole cruise or the whole trip. So I think this is another new to 2021 element that we had to think about and get ahead of before we leave for our cruise.
Unfortunately, it's something that you're going to need to pack. You're going to need to use if you're getting on a plane. The requirement for using masks has been extended for airline travel. So unfortunately, you're going to need it for now.
Right, and so we'll be prepared and we'll enjoy ourselves and move on with our trip. Well, next for shore excursions and all-day off-the-ship types of trips would be what we put on our feet.
Right.
I think around the pool, flip-flops can do it. But once you head off the ship and you're on a beach, you don't know if it's going to be rocky, shells, or silky smooth under your feet. So having a good pair of water shoes can come in really handy and be pretty easy to pack.
These are some of the old tried and true that you've seen, probably maybe even have a pair of these, worn them to formal night, never can tell, like I did. But these are great. They have a nice bottom to it. And these are also good if you're going to be at maybe a thrill park on the island, and there's slides and there's things like that, and you can run around on the cement and the concrete and the beach, and wherever you happen to be, you're going to go off to get your lunch. These are great to have on your feet.
Right, because you do think too, there are often paved sidewalks and things, or the sand. Your feet can get burned.
Yes.
Much less worrying about the items at the bottom of the water. If you go from the pool out into an ocean, you definitely are going to want to have these water shoes to protect your feet.
And although your flip-flops can help you with some of that, they're not going to help you when you're going in the water or when you're going down a slide. So consider looking for something like this.
Absolutely. Now there's another kind, a newer kind that we've gotten in the meantime that you and I both have a pair of.
Yes.
And I think they're even maybe more functional and have a higher utility. And they are more of a sandal style water shoe from Keen, K-E-E-N. We'll put the link below. And these, as you can see, have a really thicker sole, a more rigid bottom. They have a protective covering at the toe, and yet they still have plenty of open webbing for water and sand to wash through. And you'd be able to shake out anything that might get into the sandal when you're in the water.
Right.
They have a nice little kind of stretch band that lets you adjust, lets you adjust the tightness or the looseness to get them on, yet to have them snug when they're in the water, so that they're going to stay on where a flip-flop won't.
Right.
And these are great if you're doing any kind of combined activity. Right. You might be in the water for part of the day, and then maybe you're doing a zip line, or maybe you're doing a hike. Things where you're going to be out in a different kind of terrain.
You could be on a boat, you could be kayaking, so those are good things to have, even doing some climbing on the rocks and things like that. So
we really like these for their utility, and I think that they also then can be a second use when you're doing just daytime things, whether you're wearing shorts, a girl, maybe you're wearing a sundress and you just want a casual pair of sandals rather than packing yet another pair of shoes. These can do double duty when you're dry or when you're near that water. they come in all kinds of trim. This one actually almost matches my dress.
Yeah.
So I think you've got a pair that are gray that look kind of more good for a guy,
right.
and people can pick their style. We really like these a lot and use them everywhere we go.
So,
what else you got?
Well, one of the things that you're probably, depending upon where you're going, if you're going to be going on a Caribbean cruise, you're going to be doing some snorkeling or whatever, especially nowadays, you might want to consider bringing your own mask. Now, you may want to use their flippers because they're a little harder to pack. They do have packing or travel flippers, but even with that, you might want to consider bringing your own snorkel mask. And this is the kind that I got, which is a little different than what you may have seen lately. It's more of a full face snorkel equipment. And so if you're going to go snorkeling, you might want to consider getting this before you go, packing it, and making sure it works and that it fits well for you, rather than using the ones that they're going to have at the cruise site for you. So
absolutely, like these are not sitting in a bin of detergent and you're wondering how many years they've been using them. Is the seal going to work?
Does the seal work? Sometimes the seal doesn't work well or whatever. You can't find your size.
These, you know, they're clean. You know who's used it before.
Right.
And I really like the full face mask rather than the one that looks like traditional goggles that sometimes is uncomfortable around your eyes.
Right.
This one, you really get a very good view and maybe more of a peripheral view as you're looking at whatever you're snorkeling and staring down at the fish and the rocks and what have you.
Yeah,
and it's real comfortable for prolonged use.
And especially, you know, guys, if you have a mustache or something like that, this is going to seal a lot better on that than those other ones. Now, some cruises, if you're going to be going on an expedition type of a cruise that we're going to be doing today, now what they're doing is they're supplying a brand new mask that you're going to use, and when you're done you take it home. So if you're going on a cruise like that, check out your cruise line and make sure if they already have it available to you, you don't need to bring this. They'll also supply a wetsuit and flippers that you don't get to keep, but at least the mask is something that you don't have to pack.
Right. But for a more traditional island-based vacation, Mediterranean, Caribbean, whatever it might be, it's great to have your own. And these come with their own mesh bag, so you can rinse them off and you can let them drip dry before you pack them away. So I think that's real handy as well. They're really very self-contained, easy to use, and easy to travel with.
Yeah, you like that. You can put that one over there.
Okay.
And another thing about, you know, being, whether it's in a water park or on a beach or anywhere, even at Disney, going on some of their water rides, I have these, what they call as a dry bag, and you can put your stuff in there. You can put your hat, you can put your sweater, you can put your camera or your cell phone in there, and it's not waterproof. You're not going to take it diving with you, but it's going to keep it's water protection for some of your gear. You can throw it in there. You give it a twist, and then you can turn around and snap it together, and that's going to keep your stuff dry from either on the beach, keeping the sand off of it, that type of thing. Very easy to use if you don't need it. It's easy to pack. It rolls right up, very lightweight, but if you need it, it's nice to have.
That's a good one. That's a good find.
They come in all different sizes, colors, shapes, whatever. So, you know, find the one that's going to fit your gear. Great.
What else you got?
I have, depending again on where you're going to be going or what you want to look at, these are great binoculars. Consider taking binoculars. You're going to Alaska. If you're going to be going on any kind of a nature type of a cruise or sightseeing cruise, or even if it's just a sightseeing land vacation, you know, consider getting yourself your own small, lightweight, easy to travel binoculars. You might want to get one for everybody because it's going to be, let me see. So you might want to consider that. And once again, on some expedition cruises, they will have binoculars there for you to use, and you won't have to pack your own. But on most other cruises, they don't supply these. So consider bringing a pair of these with you. All different They range in all different sizes and price range, so you can check and see what's going to fit you and your budget the best.
Makes sense. Anything else for Excursion Day?
I think that's all I got on this side. Yeah.
Well, once we're back on the ship, there are a few other nice-to-have things that I like to think about bringing with me. And one is that, whether it's running down to the pool or heading down to dinner, there are times when I don't want that lanyard around my neck with my room card or CPass key, and it just isn't appropriate maybe, or doesn't go with what I want to wear.
Doesn't go with the gown.
Doesn't go with whatever I'm wearing. Yeah. And even when I'm running off to the beach, sometimes it's nice to have something smaller than the big backpack to have my real personal items in. So this is more for the ladies, I suppose, but I like to keep a wristlet.
Guys have pockets.
Yeah, cargo pants with cargo pockets.
We have pockets even on our dress pants. We have a pocket.
You're lucky. We don't always have a pocket. So I like to bring something like this. This is a cloth bag that has a zipper pocket inside, which is great for something you don't want to lose, like your room key, but you can drop your purse, your cell phone in here. You can put in some lipstick, a comb, just some essentials that you want to have with you as you're heading away from your room. And this one is very easy to dry out if it happens to get wet near the pool or on the beach. And it's a really good go-to thing that you can just push on your wrist and off you go. But sometime for dinner, even this feels a little bit casual, and yet I don't want to be carrying a big purse around on a ship. So the other one to consider investing in is just bringing with you something small. Again, I like the wristlet approach because I don't have to clutch it like I do with certain other purses. But to have something that you can just keep a few items in, including some lipstick, comb, room key, and your phone, maybe a pair of small glasses. These are great, and it's really all you need to be able to get downstairs, even on formal night, and have everything you need with you. So those are easy to pack, things I like to bring with me. And when I talk about going downstairs after a big day of excursions, it's probably to eat.
Right.
We may be heading to a specialty restaurant or to the main dining room, and they just have all kinds of food to serve us, and they have a very good, comprehensive, standard range of condiments. But I'd say they don't have everything, and maybe not as specialized as you may be looking for based on your dietary considerations and your preferences. So for me, as an example, I do like to put ketchup on my food from time to time.
Yeah, yep, especially your scrambled eggs.
That's right.
Always good on scrambled eggs.
And yet I don't like standard ketchup that is containing high fructose corn syrup. So I bring a little bottle like this. I have several of these that I bought ahead of time, and I put my organic ketchup that has just clean ingredients in it. It's just enough for me to use to flavor my food on the course of a cruise. And I've seen you take one of these maybe to bring hot sauce.
I bring sriracha because even today I have not found a cruise ship yet. I'm still looking, that has sriracha on board, and I love that. I put it on a lot of different things. You can even put it in your Bloody Mary. So
you might put it on your scrambled eggs.
I'll put it on my scrambled eggs. Yeah.
That's right. So these little condiment jars, which can be small, you can look for getting them at the 3-ounce or lower if you have to take these with you on a plane. Come in real handy, very easy to use, and let you bring the healthy aspects of your preferences with you, even when you're on vacation.
Right.
Now, the other thing is there are some activities on board that you can try to research before you ever leave for your cruise. There might be a 70s disco night, or an activity where everybody wears white from head to toe, t-shirts and sneakers and everything. There could be some other kind of a party, sometime pirate night.
Pirate night, especially on a Disney ship, they always have pirate night.
And it's really fun to be able to participate, and yet you don't have room for, usually, an extra set of outfits to bring with you. So we think about what kind of trinkets might we have that we could tuck into our suitcase, and a nice red bandana, this one, pirate oriented, can unfold and become a good neck bandana, or put on your hair or whatever you're doing, and all of a sudden you take your regular t-shirt and you're talking like a pirate. That's an easy one to pack. And I even have my Mardi Gras beads from Louisiana. I've used these not only for Mardi Gras type parties, but just anything that needs bangles.
Just
and
a little even something. Even a 70s night, you can put those things on.
Just put them on and, kind of do your best excuse for dancing. And off you go. But it is fun to participate. Look ahead. You may see people who've taken your cruise weeks before or months before who will post, what has been happening in terms of key activities like these parties. And you might be able to find a few little things from home that you can bring so you can party along with them.
Sure, depending upon the time of year, you might be bringing your, football jersey, or you might be bringing Halloween costume. There's usually something going on board ship that they're going to have some kind of a night, aside from just formal night, that you can participate in and have fun with. So.
Right, and it is a lot of fun to meet people and get out of your stateroom and really participate not only in the beautiful destinations you visit, but all of the fun activities on the ship.
Sure.
So if you like this video, let me ask you to give it a thumbs up and consider turning on the notifications and subscribing to the channel. We'd like to be able to share this information with even more cruisers like you and us. And when you hit the like button and subscribe, it really helps YouTube to send this video out to even more people who can benefit from this information. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you in advance, and want to make sure you know it's free to subscribe. You're under no obligation. We don't come back and email you or anything, but it does give you access to hopefully helpful tips, and you can follow along with us on our travels by turning on the notifications and seeing what comes up next on the channel.
Right, we have some really nice cruises coming up, and we're going to be talking all about, especially in suites and excursions and expedition cruises that we have coming up.
So we can't wait to share that with you. In one of our next videos, you're going to hear about a few more things to bring with you on a cruise. And in that video, we'll talk a little bit more about the sort of health and beauty aids, a walk through the pharmacy before you go on a cruise ship, what you should make sure you have and bring with you. So stay tuned for our next episode, and we'll see you there. Have a great day.
Bye now.